Hey, hola, my friends. I hope all is well with you and yours. Good evening and welcome. Welcome. Shh, don't tell anyone, but I'm actually letting you in the lab tonight. I thought to myself, what haven't I shown my good friends so far? The answer I came up with, how do I do what I do? What am I actually doing? Let's start with some basic terms and definitions. Hydroponics. What's hydroponics? Well, hydroponics is a subset of horticulture, and what it involves is growing without using soil and using some type of nutrient solution, and some type of aqueous fluid. Sounds difficult, right? Well, let's just say you're using nutrient solution in water, and it's making sure that the roots bring the nutrients up to the plants, up to the plants through the roots, and then to the leaves, and then to the fruit. That's even if your plants are growing fruit. Now, to me, personally, some of the obvious benefits to aquaponics is over 90% less water usage than traditional gardening. Now, let's take a second to think about that. Now, I have an aquaponics garden, all right? You guys, maybe you've seen a video of it, that uses approximately 12 gallons of water a day. That's far less than the average person uses in the shower. Just think about that. So I thought to myself, what can I possibly do to show you guys what's the easiest way to do hydroponics? The first thing I thought of was the cracking method. What's that? Let me explain to you. Now, one thing you're definitely going to use, at least for the way that I'm going to show you how to do cracky, is this. Bam! This is a standard 5-gallon bucket. This one happens to be white, although I would highly recommend do not get a white one, because especially if you're doing it outside, the sunlight shines through it. It will be affected by algae, but I like to use this one because it works great, especially when I'm showing you guys the stuff that I'm doing. Now, what makes cracky simple is cracky is a passive form of hydroponics growing. What's that you mean? It means there are no pumps, there are no air stones, there's nothing. Basically, you have this bucket, you'll have a raft, or in our case, we're going to use a 6-inch top. We're going to put it here. You'll have your plant in here. Your substrate will be in here. You will have your solution filling up the bucket. As the plant's roots take hold of the solution and they take up the solution, it'll leave room. And that room in there is the only room that these roots need for the oxygen to help the plant grow. Now, how simple and cool is that? Super benefits to cracky, super easy to use. I really don't see a downside to it. Honestly, I don't. I haven't heard any other sustainable gardeners complain about it, so there's that. Another technique that you could use? Well, then we have a simple form of deep water culture. Sort of the same setup as cracky, except, bam! We'll use an air stone connected to an air pump. And the air pump is going to help bring more oxygen bubbles up to those roots, which, true indeed, those oxygen bubbles help those roots further the leaf growth, which furthers flowering growth, which furthers fruiting if you're growing a fruiting type vegetable. And some may say, and I must agree to some extent, that it does help speed up the little bit of the plant growth. Now, if you do happen to have the bucket and you have the lid, but you don't have the holes in the lid, fret not, my friend. There's a solution to that. Bam! Take that same lid in with the 2-inch drill saw. Boom, 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 boom. That's 4 heads of lettuce. 4 heads of, I've grown lettuce, I've grown broccoli, I've grown Swiss chard, 4 heads, and it grows magnificently. You can do this. I guess most of all, the whole thing is, I don't want you to think that there's a reason that you can't. Because you can. Plant that first seed and together we grow, my friends. Peace and blessings. Have a great night.